Alright gents, Paramotor here, bringing you the first video in my Learn to Ride series where I actually learned something besides for just a channel announcement. Please, if you like these videos, if you like my channel, hit the subscribe button. It should be off to the right. I watched a video on how to do that, so it should be there. Please like, subscribe, and comment. It really helps me out figuring out, how I'm doing. If people are liking the channel, it helps my videos get out, so please hit that button. Today, I'm going to go over the basics of riding a motorcycle. I have my girlfriend's 2017 Ninja 300, and I'm going to go over the controls today with you guys. I'm going to go left to right and just go over every single control that you need to know, every single control that's on this motorcycle. This is a pretty standard motorcycle besides for the fact that it does have ABS. Other than that, it's pretty standard. All these Japanese bikes are generally about the same. They all generally have the same controls and generally do the same thing. So, if I'm going to teach you how to do this with a Ninja 300, this should work for a Gixxer 250, CBR 300, the Ninja 400 that's going to be coming out here, if it hasn't already. So, yeah, let's get to it. One thing I want to start doing with these videos is actually making them 5 to 10 minutes long, real quick videos, getting you all the information that you need and nothing that you don't, and just we're going to smash these and get you everything you need to know before you hit out on the road. Alright, so hang tight, let's get to it. So the first thing about motorcycles that you need to know is that you generally get on from the left side. This is because this is where the kickstand is, and it's generally easier to get on from the left side. The left side typically is your shifting portion. It's almost like the drivetrain portion of the motorcycle. If you notice that the chain is typically on your left side, some motorcycles are different, but generally this is exactly how they are. So like I said, the left side is your shifting portion of the motorcycle. I'm going to get on here. This is your clutch. You use this to switch gears. Generally, this is neutral. If you pull in the clutch, you're in neutral. Down here is the shift lever. This little guy right here. So, if you didn't see that, this guy right here is your shift lever. First gear is down, and then you go up a half a click to neutral, and you have 5 more gears. And that's generally how bikes go, unless you have like a MotoGP shift motorcycle. That's your shifting lever, and your shifting lever down here, your clutch lever, I should say. There's really not much else to say about that. If you know how to drive a stick shift, you'll generally take to driving a motorcycle. And I'll get into actually the forward momentum of a motorcycle right now. But right now what I'm going to do is just go over the controls in a left to right cohesive fashion. Besides for this, you'll have your high beams and low beams. These are your lows, that's your highs. When you turn on your motorcycle, what you'll see generally is that you have one light on. This one doesn't have any. So this bike will have one light. That's your low beam. You flick it up, and 2 lights means you have your high beam on. Generally though, people will come up to you and tell you all the time, hey, you have a headlight out and everything, which gets super fucking annoying. But it's just because people don't know. It's just because people don't know what they're talking about. On Japanese bikes, typically you have a very simple turn signal. You have right here a left, and then push it for right. In is cancel. Your horn is typically right here. Bike's not on, so you don't get a horn. And a lot of bikes have this pass button. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like a trigger behind. It'll flash your high beams and let people know that you're about to pass. On my bike, that's actually on the Panigale. That's actually like your high beam actually will stay on if you flick it down and stuff. But generally, this is how Japanese bikes are. Sometimes these dual purpose as like a lap timer, which is pretty cool. Moving to the right, this is your gas. Typically on a motorcycle, you have a key that you put in, and that's how you put gas in your motorcycle. This thing has not been ridden much, so it probably has the same damn gas in it as when we got it. Here is your ignition. The only thing special about ignition is if you turn your bars all the way to the left, you typically get a lock. Typically. So that's locked. You can pull your key out, and then you can't move the bars. So it helps out for a little bit of a safety thing, but typically people can break those. So it's not really like it's not a foolproof lock. If you actually truly want to lock your bike, you need like a cable lock or a disc lock. Over is on, as you would surmise from any other vehicle. Turn the thing all the way over. Typically your bike will do some kind of a check. I hope you guys can see this, but all the lights should come on and tell you that they're all working, and then it leaves you with your display. If you have ABS, your ABS light will stay on for either a lot of time period or a lot of distance. I think this one's just once you go 15 feet it turns off. Moving further to the right is going to be your brake side of the motorcycle. The right side is your brake side. You have your engine cut off. Down is usually you're good. You have a full circle. Up is your kill switch. This is basically your fuel pump. This is turning your fuel pump on and off. And this level right here is your front brake. All right, your front brake provides 70% of your stopping power, so your front brake is very important. This bike has ABS, so it's not as important as it once was, but it used to be. If you grabbed a whole lot of this, you could lock up that front tire and wash out. You could endo your motorcycle, and you could do all sorts of bad stuff. But now most bikes are ABS, so you just grab it all. Once you grab all of this, you'll get the maximum stopping power without actually doing anything detrimental to your motorcycle, which is nice. I mean, I typically didn't ever have a motorcycle like that. This is your throttle for people that know absolutely nothing about motorcycles. Your throttle twist. There's typically a little bit of a play in a throttle, and this is built in for safety reasons. And then you start going a little bit. One thing about grabbing a throttle, you don't want to grab it like this and go up like that. What you want to do is kind of grab it on a plane and just kind of pull it back a little bit. That way, if you get thrown back, you're not going to whiskey throttle it and go faster. If you want to see that, like if you were like grabbing it up like this, and then all of a sudden you got a lot of throttle that you weren't expecting, if you got thrown back, what's going to happen? You're going to open up the whole throttle. Other than that, down here is the brake lever. The brake lever is a simple pedal. It's a lot like your shifter. It's a lot like your shifter right here. You just push that down, applies the rear brake. The rear brake only provides about 30% of your stopping power. You should use both in conjunction with each other. Most people, that's how they ride. Some of these bikes actually have integrated brakes, but that's for a different video. Other than that, that's all the basic controls of a standard Japanese motorcycle. Stay tuned for the next video. I'm going to actually get everybody rolling. We're going to do applying the clutch, friction zone stuff. So stay tuned for the next video. Make sure you hit subscribe. Link down below. Subscribe. It's down in the right corner. Like, comment. I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.